My name is Shirley Brutu. I am the Executive Director at the Benjamin Banneker Charter Public School in Cambridge, Mass. And part of what makes Banneker special, I think, is that we're innovative. People are able to bring ideas and will try. Because we don't have a lot of red tape, we can really flush out an idea, start small, see what works, see what didn't work. A little bit like the design process, but yes, it works.
Banneker this year is 21 years old. It's one of the state's first charter schools. We're a pre-K to 6 STEM school. I would say we're probably 95% at least children of color.
I would describe the Banneker as a family. Maybe we might disagree on things, but at the end of the day, we come back together to collaborate, to help each other out, and just have a great time here for each other and for the children.
So our teachers have heard about design thinking for the last couple of years from various speakers that we've had come from MIT, from resources that I've emailed out to them, to what we're doing in the innovation space. For us, it's a framework that we use to get the kids to think creatively, collaboratively, to problem solve, to realize that what they're working on is never really done.
Too often, I think as teachers, we have to be the mediators in between the kids and the learning. More and more, I feel like we should be looking for ways to set up the situation so that their own good minds can do the work that we might feel like we have to do for them.
Design thinking is a process. It's a way of thinking about solving a problem that allows for creativity and collaboration. It's a way to look at a problem from different perspectives, to brainstorm solutions, and think about key aspects that we're going to implement to try to solve that problem, and then to assess whether or not it worked and start over.
It's that share piece that we really like. Whether that be going back to your user, the person that you're designing for, the person with the problem that you're trying to solve, and presenting it to them, and they'll come back and say, no, we need to tweak this. The share piece is probably the most important piece.
The big part of the design process that I think about is the empathy part, because since I serve pre-K, they don't have that a lot. They're really thinking about themselves and what they need. So for me, I think of empathy, and I think it will allow me to teach others, the students, how, to think of, well, what would somebody else need? How can I help somebody else? I think even if we don't do the exact steps for design thinking, I think that the children's experience is just going to be really exciting for them.
That our school has always been trying to model how to think through problems and to solve problems. I think it's given them a common language to talk about solving problems, to really figure out how to work in the groups that they're in. And I think the design thinking method actually gives something tangible that's simple to understand, that's never ending, right? That the kids can come back to frame how to solve a problem.
As with any process, when we started this process, the kind of pushback we've been getting is fear around the content, lack of time, because we do have high-stake tests. And so how will this fit in to what I need to teach in order to prepare them? How will this address the standards that I need to teach in order to prepare our students? And so it's fear of the unknown. It's fear of relinquishing control, because now the kids are really taking control of this process. If there's a problem and it takes time for them to solve it, how much time? Where does that time come from? That's the fear.
One of the issues is this issues of the standards, which everybody knows is really kind of bearing down on us in some very real ways. We have to work as efficiently as we possibly can to make sure that we have done our job right by them, which is sending them to the next grade with everything that the state of Massachusetts has told us that they need to know. And that can get a little bit scary when we're bringing in kind of a new way of doing things.
Really, it's around educating the teachers and starting small, little bites. It's part of my job to really help allay some of the fears. So working with MIT in this case, and then we're going to spend a lot of time talking about what that looks like in their classroom. Exactly what that looks like in their classroom. How will they know it's successful? When will we take a step back? When will we push forward? And then if it didn't work, what are we going to do differently? What are we going to do better? What do we need? And so, I get it that it's high stakes, but I've got your back and it'll be all right.
I know as a teacher, you're always constantly solving this issue or solving that issue for the kids. But I think with the design thinking process, you're giving it back to them. It gives them a sense of ownership over the whole thing. And I think for them, it's their room, it's their class. So when they come in, they need to feel like, well, I did this, I helped do this. So it just makes them feel so much more confident within themselves. And that's what I think the design thinking process will bring.